The year was 1985.
That's Barbara Bergeron on the phone. She was part of the original team who had a mission to start the Juneteenth celebrations in Minneapolis that have grown into big all-day events and even marches.
So many people that I knew had never even heard of Juneteenth, and so I was able to, to tell other people about it and bring other people, to the celebration so that, that they would understand more about it.
In 1865, slaves were declared free in Texas after the Civil War. This was after the Emancipation Proclamation was signed a couple of years prior, giving us Juneteenth. Eventually, Lee Jordan began taking part locally, and now he's the Midwest and state director for the National Juneteenth. He says Juneteenth shouldn't be thought of as African American history, but U.S. history.
Juneteenth is a celebration for those who believe in freedom and believe in the celebration of freedom. Then Juneteenth is for you.
The fact is, Jordan says there's a list of what he calls freedom legislations that happened in our country's history on the 19th of June. This is a list from the National Juneteenth Observance Foundation, which is trying to make Juneteenth a national day of observance. It covers historic moments from 1862 to 1968, proving there's a lot to remember and celebrate on this day, especially with people you love.
When you think about it, the fact that a lot of these slaves at that point in time were separated from families. So once you found out that you were freed, some of the slaves kind of found their families again.
Yeah, that movement to include Juneteenth, a national day of observance. Well, you can find more about that. And if there are any socially distanced Juneteenth events happening locally, all of it is on KARE11.com. And Chris, I was told there's no right or wrong way to celebrate, but yeah, one of the really cool things I thought was fascinating was Barbara having all those old posters from back in the 90s and even 80s. To show me.
Yeah, it's so interesting when you find out the local angle of something. I mean, nationally you know what it stands for, but when you feel the local angle like that, it tends to mean so much more.
Yeah, for sure. Ellery, let's